Okay, so e-com applications. Uh, we've completed the principles of e-commerce, then certain concepts, then difference between the e-com and e-business, overview of models, and last time we discussed that the classification is basically the that gives an idea about the models, but there is a kind of uh, overlapping of the meaning, but the model like business to business, business to customer, customer to business, something like that, that is the classification, you remember?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and the models are basically that how do you sell, whether you sell on your own, you just sell virtually, and your supplier tend to provide the product. That's one kind of the model. Another is you represent yourself as a wholesaler, and then you get a white label, and then you sell on the subscription based.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So these things regarding the models, and then in the third LO, we discussed about the transactions, the importance of transactions, that how they do, and the two type of different payment systems like a gateway and the payment processor we discussed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we discussed about the marketing, how you need to market, like you do something on the search engine optimization, you do well, so that your products and your website should come up on the top, or maybe you can feed your blood to the Google.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Feed
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
blood
Yeah.
to Google. Yeah.
Yeah. So it goes right to the top.
Yeah. And but obviously they suck your blood,
Yeah.
and then probably, and then certain e-com models we discussed, like uh, revenue models, like you sell your services on the pay per click, and pay per subscription, and various some of the models we discussed.
Yeah.
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 Now understand e-com applications. What kind of applications you can create, in e-commerce, like explain the effect of e-com applications on different type of organizations, critically evaluate different applications that can be used to develop an e-com site. So overall, we have to discuss the e-com application, implementation strategies for those applications, identifying e-com application requirements, designing an e-com solution. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the words are mixed up, and somehow you know asking a lot, but let us you know try to cover in a smooth way first. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So e-com applications. So what they are, let us see. Applications of e-commerce used in various business areas such as retail, wholesale, and manufacturing. So most common e-com applications are as follows. So first is the retail and wholesale, right? So wholesale is like you sell on a bulk, and your customers cannot be the ordinary customers, yeah, but they would buy from you on a bulk. And retail, that open to public, and they obviously they have price difference, and you must be very well clear from the retail and wholesale, is it?
Yeah.
So e-com has a number of applications in retail and wholesale. E-retailing or online retailing is selling of goods for business to consumer. So when you say you sell as a retail, then it's basically when you sell to customers directly and an ordinary consumer, then it becomes the e-retailing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Through electronic stores that are designed using the electronic catalog and shopping cart model. For example, the any common website like Amazon or others, but you must have heard about the some of the websites. Yeah, they have two sections. One is the consumer and other is the uh, you know business side.
Yeah. I've got an Amazon
Yeah,
business account.
yeah.
So it helps with doing when it comes to doing the invoices.
Not only invoices, but for example, like if you want to buy some spices, yeah, spices, and then with the normal customer, probably you would be able to buy, let's say, 1 kg, 2 kg, yeah. But if you really want, some spices in more than 10 kg, then your account will be different.
Yeah. Yeah. You can buy. I found that with when we buy computers, if we want to buy computers, we can buy quite a few.
Yeah,
More like on the normal site, you can only normally buy about, I don't know, 10.
yeah,
It says there's only 10 in stock, but I'm sure there's more.
yeah, definitely.
Um, yeah, and then if you go onto the business site, you get a lot more. Which is what you need, because we tend to buy in bulk, really. Tend to buy, quite a bit.
Yeah, like just ingredients. Yeah. So for example, this is a website. Yeah. And probably for, let's say, 25 kg, yeah, you need a business account, not like a business subscription. Yeah. So that,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, and normally you won't be able to buy from the common account, normal account. Yeah.
Yeah.
So both websites, even we can say just ingredients, trade. So trade dot just ingredients.
Okay.
Yeah. So you will be getting, the prices according to the trade, and obviously there would be a kind of limitation. So that's a kind of, even in like sometime, you're not charged with the VAT and they sell to you without VAT and you are supposed to include the VAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So obviously certain laws would be applied if you are selling on the wholesale, then maybe you don't need to include the VAT and they are supposed to add it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then marketing is kind of application like data collection about the customer behavior, preferences, needs, and buying patterns is possible through the web and e-commerce. This helps marketing activities such as price fixation, negotiation, product feature enhancement, and relationship with the customer. Yeah. So applications related with marketing, yeah, is one kind of the application as well.
Okay.
Uh, maybe for example, if you are the if you open your individual uh, website, yeah, for marketing purpose, yeah, like a third party marketing. For example, if the Google allows you to create the Google AdWords, yeah,
Yeah.
then you can create your Patrick ads, yeah. And
Yeah.
then how they would be doing like uh you, if somebody has given to you, let's say, a kind of contract to view your ads, yeah,
Yeah.
advertisements to websites, and your company is that much popular, yeah, so that other websites would put the code of your website, Patrick Advertisements, yeah,
Yeah.
into the section of their website instead of a section of Google Ads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. Yeah.
you got it. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and even it's not only the Google AdWords, yeah, or Google Ads, yeah, but there are a lot. You must have noticed, like on some video sites, there's apart from the YouTube. Do you remember the other websites? They give, upload and videos.
No, the only one I know is YouTube. I
There
can't.
are others as well. So you would have noticed that different websites have a kind of different advertisements on the back end. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so they still have some reason to make some money. I mean they have chance to make money. It's not only the Google. So for marketing applications you can have it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So financial companies are using e-commerce to large extent. Customers can check the balances of their savings and loan accounts, transfer money to their. So, for example, if you created an application and you are a finance company and you are giving any loans to people, yeah, and it's not only the bank, yeah, who they give the loan, but you can become a financial, and company, and you can sell it online, and it would become an e-com applications. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have some amount, then we can launch the an application like an e-com website. We will give them money with an interest rate. So how is the idea?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Sounds good, but it's difficult to have money uh, to let anyone else borrow from you.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Anything. I always think anything with finance is high risk, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Manufacturing. So e-com is used in supply chain operation of company. Yeah. Supply chain is basically, it's not only the final products, but you can use it, the manufacturing parts as well,
Yeah.
right? So like electronic items, the subcomponents of anything, yeah, like manufacturing, and so that some companies and the factories might buy from you, like Eurocar Park, yeah.
Yeah.
So they sell kind of parts individually,
Yeah.
right? Auctions. So customer to customer e-com is directly selling our goods. So auctions, like the good example is a kind of bidding on the eBay.
Yeah.
You must have seen, and maybe you must have tried as well.
I about 10 years ago, I used to do lots of eBay.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do lots of bidding and selling and all sorts. I don't really use it now because the
Okay.
fees are too much.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So
too expensive.
yeah, so it's not only the eBay they have launched, and they have asked you not to launch, but you can launch auction-based sites as well.
Yeah, that'd
Okay.
be good if I could take eBay on, but
Yeah, and entertainment. E-com application is widely used in internet entertainment area, also for video cataloging, multiplayer games, interactive aids, as for online discussion. So entertainment is not limited. For example, you are selling the audio, you are selling video, and you are selling lots of things, as an e-com application.
okay.
Yeah. Education, like education training, has a major role, and video conferencing, online classes, and connecting different educational training centers, and even, for example, this distance learning is a kind of e-com, application, and obviously it's an interactive and the blended learning likely, but if it's a complete, automated one, yeah,
Yeah.
and automated in a sense that you are supposed to uh, listen to the classes, and the exam would be conducted online, and that might be in the MCQs, multiple choice questions, then education is one of the e-com application as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the benefits of e-commerce: ex- expanded geographical reach. Yeah. Because if you are doing e-commerce, then, for example, geographically, if you have your, shop or business in a town, then geographically you are expanded, and it's spread over not only, nationwide but internationally.
Okay. Yeah.
Expanded customer base. Obviously, if it is a local business, then maybe you have 100 customers, and if it is the e-com, then obviously you can have hundreds and thousands and millions maybe.
Yeah.
Like eBay has a millions of customers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Increase visibility through search engine marketing. So uh, if it is e-com, then and if it is the good business, then search engine automatically, captures your website, and the web visibility of your website becomes, increased, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Provide customers valuable information about your business. So normally, maybe, if you are an offline business, then you cannot provide the good valuable, information to your customers. But if it is e-com, then you can completely describe, for example, terms and conditions and many things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And available 24/7, 365, never close. Build customer loyalty. Yeah. So customer loyalty, like, you give a loyalty rewards, you can give the loyalty rewards to customers, and, the returning customers would be a kind of customer base, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
A reduction of market and advertisement cost. Yeah. So I'm not sure the marketing cost would be reduced, but definitely the sorry reduction of marketing and advertisement costs. Comparatively, yeah, comparatively, it might be, expensive to send some people in a town doing, the marketing via leaflets, yeah, and marketing via, for example, magazines, yeah, then as compared to e-com, marketing nowadays on Facebook. They say, okay, do you want to show your age? Yes. What age? They say like from 18 to 40. What their interest should be, for example, their interest should be in the beauty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in what kind of beauty? They say, like, for example, the Arabic makeup. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. So literally, within the area, yeah, and practically within the area, they would only serve the, websites. Sorry, they would only serve the advertisement to only, those users which match their interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as compared to manually, for example, if you send, let's say, 1,000, brochures in 1,000 houses, manually.
Yes.
Yeah, then maybe, let's say out of 1,000 homes, there might be only one or two, people who are interested in Arabic, for example.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in case if the within the Facebook knows that there are only one person, there is only one person, for example, or there are only 2 or 3 people, yeah, who are interested in that much, in those kind of interest, then your money would be saved.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So maybe, they can grab your more money, and the value of each impression and the cost per impression might be increased automatically, but you would not be wasting your money, as compared to the manual one.
Yeah, definitely.
Collection of customer data, you can better collect the customer information, and then it's your choice how do you sell to them, to sell to anyone else illegally. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Now, implementation strategies for e-com applications. So e-com essentially means selling products and services online, but it's not as simple as it may sound. Yeah, it's not easy. E-com requires a sophisticated content management system and a strategy that combines many separate elements. Sophisticated content management system means that whatever the inventory you have, you should be able to manage it very well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you can't do that, it's going to get messy, isn't it? You're going to waste your time.
Not only messy, but you would mismanage, and your customers would be, in trouble, and your business would be in trouble.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because if you won't be able to manage, let's say 100 clients, yeah, then obviously you would do mistakes, and the orders won't be sent, to them. Like eBay, what people do, and people do like, they say, let's say one of my friend, yeah, he started an eBay account, and he used to sell, the mobile covers with the, profit of maximum 5 pence an item initially. Yeah. And
Okay.
he used to get like, hundreds of, uh, orders in a day. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was literally difficult to, manage hundred of orders, but then, thanks to technology and passage of time, yeah, he used to be able to download the list of orders, and extract he used to be able to extract the addresses of people, yeah, in one list. Also, he used to print the print label via a specialized printer.
Okay.
You must have seen, something on the corner on most of the sellers, postage paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So postage paid, and some of the, address labels being done automatically, they save their life.
Mm.
Yeah. So strategies are advised that your e-com system should be sophisticated enough, so that your content management system should be well enough. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can only do if you have mastered the basics of exporting goods. Now, what are the strategies? What to do first? Make sure you have a market. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one of the strategy. If you know you have a market, then it's a best strategy and first step towards this. Like, who's going to buy your products online? The best place to start is with your current customers. Yeah, and will going online make life easier for them? That's a question. Will you save them time and money by allowing them to purchase online? So it's not a case that you start with, your online store from the scratch, but probably it is advised that you should have some experience of, offline store, and then you bring your offline store online as well.
Yeah.
Literally may not be feasible, because if you have if you have stock and you are stocking at your home, then probably you might not be able to rent any shop. Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, but
Yeah.
probably you could sell it locally via other social media, and you have some indirect, for example, I would say this means you should have some live customers. For example, 10 people came to your house, yeah, they took the item and they gave a kind of feedback and something like that, then really, it would be helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's just a kind of idea. There would be
Yeah.
lots of businesses which exist only and only, online.
Yeah. It's well, it's the future, isn't it, really? Because a lot of shops now are closing down, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. But
Um,
always, in order to take any start, to be honest, the physical presence is must.
yeah.
Like, if somebody is selling from eBay, and like 80% of, sellers, they publish, wrong phone numbers and wrong, the business addresses. Have you noticed it?
Yeah, there's a lot of dodgy people on there that claim they're in the UK, but they're not, are they?
Yeah.
They're from overseas.
Yeah. One thing, they are overseas, and one thing, even, living in the UK, they don't give the correct address because of, the taxation and other things.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that, nobody can come to them and see any kind of, surprise visit from, HM Revenue or others, or what stock do you have and what do you, show in the papers.
yeah,
Okay, so next is consider a clicks and mortar strategy. Clicks and mortar is a type of business model that includes both online and offline operations, which typically include a website and a physical store. Yeah. So first thing is that what to do first, make sure you have a market, and next is that clicks and mortars means that you should have an online as well as offline. Yeah,
yeah.
so that any brand you want to sell, customers can build their trust on you.
Mm.
Yeah, make shopping an integrated experience. Consumers look to the web primarily for information and may use a website initially to find out about the product, then buy by phone or in person. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So most of the time, I myself, when I try to buy some kind of, tricky things, yeah, I really wanted to contact the seller,
Yeah. Yeah.
and due to different size, because sometimes when it is, the any kind of unclear information, and we are attracted from the seller regarding price and features, but it's really need to contact the, customer, or sorry, to seller. And integrated experience means that you should be able to be approached by phone or in person as well.
Okay.
Like, that that shouldn't look like a dodgy, that the seller doesn't exist in UK.
Yeah.
Create an easy to use purchase process. Yeah. So like we discussed last time as well, that checking out and, adding the items in the basket, and you know from browsing to, you know uh, your cart items, everything needs to be, easy to use, isn't it?
Yeah, otherwise people will give up, won't they?
Yeah, the first line is an alarming number of customers abandon their attempts to buy online. Yeah. So a
Okay.
major reason that the site is badly designed purchase procedure, and a purchase procedure must be reliable and very easy to use. Follow the example of say Amazon and tell the customer upfront how many steps there are in the purchase process and keep the information prominently displayed at the top of the web page. Like shopping cart, account, shipping, payment, verify, confirm, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I like it when they do that because you know
yeah,
how long you've got, don't you?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like even Amazon is there. There is a booking on the hotels, yeah, and most of the time, before we buy, and we really check that have we put the right dates, yeah,
Yeah.
are the dates fine, is the check in timing fine, is the area fine, and then
Yeah.
once myself, to be honest, when I was booking some, when I was booking a hotel, and before I wanted to click, I wanted to look at the same page what dates are they.
Yeah.
Yeah. So easy to use purchase needs these kind of uh, these kind of options. Yeah, more informative you know things, and that's a feature basically, that's a strategy to be adapted, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Be sure you have a capable team in place, and an e-com website needs a daily maintenance. Technical problems must be fixed. New content must be published. Old content must be removed. Most important, website must be marketed constantly to attract attention from customers. So marketing should be done regularly and done by your capable team, as well as any bugs or fixes must be done immediately.
Okay.
Obviously, if there are continuous bugs, and for example items are not being shown to the customers very well, and they are unable to browse particular category, and you won't be fixing, for example, then a customer would definitely go away.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But if the brand is unique, then customers really want to place the order, and they try their best to get this fixed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, identifying e-com application requirements. Now if you want to uh, you know make any e-com application, then you need a domain name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you ever got any chance to buy any domain name and hosting and making your website online?
Yeah, I did. When I was at college, I did a little website for a project.
Okay.
I had to buy a domain name. That was a long time ago now.
Okay. Yeah.
And I've had to buy SSL certificates as well.
Yeah. Good.
So
So
yeah, I've done all that. Yeah.
yeah. So normally, it happens all together nowadays. You find a domain, and then in the same time, they give you an option of hosting, as well as they give you an option of SSL. And other websites. Yeah, very much easy to proceed. Right. Then Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. So as usual, the sound, got a problem, and you are back now.
That hasn't happened for a while, though, has it?
Yeah, that's true. So
Okay.
you need a domain name. You need a merchant account. This
Yeah.
internet merchant account differs from regular merchant account. So if you have a kind of store, then your online merchant account is different. Yeah, because
Okay.
of the card not present factor, right?
Right.
So
Okay.
mostly if you are, getting a payment from the customer via card and PIN, yeah, or maybe even if it is a contactless, then it's easy. You are easy, you would be granted a merchant account easily. Yeah. But if you are supposed to be given a kind of merchant account for your online store, then your website requirements would be high. Like, you should have, a kind of antivirus on your hosting as well as SSL on your website. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if somebody wants to enter their credit card details into your website, then SSL creates a connection between the server from server to consumer computer, or further their browser. When they browse, then HTTPS protocol shown at the in the address bar. That's basically the SSL certificate that certifies that any credit card being passed from the client computer, even client browser, would be sent encrypted and secure until the server who has requested. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's about the merchant account. Two types of merchant accounts you need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then a payment gateway. A payment gateway is a online acquiring bank process. Like we discussed that some if in normal case you won't be able to charge any card. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that would be the responsibility of the payment gateway. They will be, they are able to charge, but first they would communicate your bank, whosoever is, giving the credit card details. They would communicate with the bank, and if once the bank would confirm that yes, the card holder has got an amount, and then they would, hold the money for a while, and then they would communicate with the supplier or the merchant account. And if the merchant account is ready to receive the money, then they would, take the money from the customer, and after deducting any fees or maybe no fees, they might have a, kind of monthly fees, then they would, make a channel of payment between them. So that's a gateway. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And like a payment processor, they are independent institutions. They do not charge the credit cards, but they let the customers, use their own wallet, and their wallet needs to be funded, from the bank, and maybe they might have a gateway as well. The payment processor would have an integrated, gateway, so that they should be able to hold some money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then requirements may be the SSL. Like I told you, that SSL is a certificate. You use normally, HTTPS instead of HTTP. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then hosting platform. Hosting platform is, what is a hosting platform?
It's basically somewhere where they host your files and they present your files
Yeah.
to other users.
Yeah. So what happens, the domain name is purchased from the a kind of ICCN, what I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So ICCN is a kind of, international organization. Yeah. They register the domains, yeah, for people, and they note down and keep the record of their domains. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of the portion of the money for the domain cost, it goes to them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then the DNS servers, yeah, the worldwide, there is a kind of directory they, servers worldwide, they hold the information that which domain is pointing to which hosting server.
Okay. Yeah.
So those DNS servers, yeah, they store this information, yeah, and so these are the requirements you should, fulfill in order to, make your e-com application, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the sixth one is e-com application should be capable of handling typical issues such as, now, the requirement that support for unlimited products and categories. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, that's a requirement that it shouldn't be the case, that your website can only list, for example, 10 items. Yeah, maybe because you have got, any free template. Yeah, and but you should have a freedom of listing items, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
It shouldn't be the case, yeah, that at the moment we can list 500 and then, it cannot exceed 500. So better you try to model, create a model of your system to unlimited. That's a fun one point. Storing information in a database format. So instead of instead of storing information in files, yeah, you need to use a database format. You know how? For example, if you have a server, yeah, and you have hosting files, yeah,
Yeah.
hosting files maybe let's say in HTML, yeah,
Yeah.
you can, by programming, you can store the data into files as well. Like, you can create a fat file like a, text file, and you can still save that data, but let it stored into a database, for example, MySQL and PHP MySQL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then allow customers to view their orders history and status. Make sense?
Yeah.
Allow customers to maintain their accounts. Maybe they want to change, the address, credit card, and other things. So they should be able to maintain their accounts. Searching capability, allow various offline and online payment processing options. Literally nowadays, all offline, procedures, they have become obsolete, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like on eBay, what I remember that people used to say, oh, how do you want to pay? Like they used to say, by check as well.
Yeah. And postal order.
Check and postal order, and sometimes what used to be, they used they used to place an order, and in one step used to be done, and then later on they used to say that now pay.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember those days.
Yeah, it really, it was kind of confusing. So later on they realized that it should be a kind of instant payment. Yeah,
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
customization for various shipping methods and rates, obviously. Like, let me know how many minutes you will have after 8 p.m.
Yeah. I should try and finish this bit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So the shipping rates, customization for text setup and calculations, support for multi-language and multi-currency, support for different user level pricing. Yeah,
Yeah.
different user level pricing means,
Is that
different user level pricing, like, a kind of normal user, premium user.
Oh, I see. Yeah, a bit like if you subscribe to the site, you get a
Yeah.
different prices and stuff. Yeah, like premium and stuff.
Design and e-com solution. There are several interfaces which are required to handle its maintenance, changes, and other areas. So normally application administration panel should be there. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you should be able to administer your website. Yeah, admin panel should be there. Then you should have a database administration as well, control panel. You must be aware, that behind any website, yeah, there are kind of, admin panels, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the role of the developer if they have provided the admin panel or not. Normally the websites are created dynamically. Yeah, if it is not the kind of content management system like a Joomla, WordPress, and you aware about the content management systems?
Yeah. Like WordPress.
Yeah, WordPress, so they have their own admin panel behind. Yeah.
Yeah. You normally just put
Yeah.
/admin, don't you? After.
Yeah. And but before the introduction of admin panels, people still used to make the e-com sites, but they didn't used to have kind of admin panels built in.
No, they had to. I guess they
Yeah.
had to edit text files.
Yeah, or they could provide a kind of they could make a self-created admin panel. Yeah,
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
but it used to be very hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then search engine submission and monitoring, whatever you create, you submit your website into Google. There are some ways that your website are, for example, they don't, the Google can take a little longer uh, to, crawl the web. But there are certain procedures, then you, explicitly submit the website to the in search engine. Do you know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Then search engine submission, and then that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, it's a good practice, and obviously certain steps there. And for example, you create a Google Plus, kind of account and profile, and then you define your, website, and then Google tries to, crawl and that information. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So these are kind of, uh, suggestions, strategies, solutions. Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you think there is anything you want to ask, any question?
No, not at this point. No. There might be when I come to do the assignment, but yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So we end this session now, and we'll have a next session on Monday. And let me create a kind of advanced schedule. Yeah, for our rest of the LOs left, and hopefully we will manage the extra classes as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could come back to me on that database stuff,
Definitely. Yeah.
that'd be great. Do you think you'd be able to get that done by the weekend?
Definitely. Yeah. Maybe tonight or tomorrow. I'm not
Excellent.
promising. Yeah. But I would try my best, because it was my little thing, but I was stuck in few things. But would definitely give you feedback soon.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot. I'll speak to you Monday.
Okay. That's. Bye. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.